Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So let's talk about Errol Spence Canelo. Man, this is a tantalizing fight. Uh, and I just want to be clear, kids are upstairs getting their baths. But um, in my humble and personal opinion, guys, you guys don't think I'm crazy. You guys think I'm protecting the welterweight division. Let's just get it out the way. All right. I think Errol Spence should go Mikey Garcia, Canelo, and become a freaking superstar. Become a rock star superstar. I think he beats both of them. Um, I think it's very compelling. Everyone knows in boxing, if you go through Mexico's row, you become a megastar, right? Pacquiao did it, Floyd did it, just in recent history. But I think he's in line too because uh, the Mikey Garcia fight will be in between November and January, and then you got Cinco de Mayo of next year. It makes sense, man. It makes a whole lot of sense for that to happen. I don't know how serious Oscar is. I don't know if he's clout chasing or anything of such of that manner. But I think that's a mega fight. You got the money already in play in terms of Jerry Jones. You got the fan bases already in play. You got you got all the storylines. All American black. Errol Spence is really the all American black kid. You know what I mean? And let's take black off of it. He's the all American kid. Two parents, Olympian, undefeated pro versus the all American, and against Canelo, who's the all Mexican. You get what I'm trying to create a parallel between the two titles, but it makes perfect sense. You understand? I think that fight would be a hell of a fight. I got Errol Spence. Errol Spence will stop Canelo. Errol beat him up, stop him, but it would be a dominant performance beyond 6 rounds. We know Canelo lacks stamina. Canelo's power is severely overrated. He couldn't knock down or even slow down Cotto. He hurt him a few times. I saw that. Um, Nothing with Trout. Did he knock Trout down one time? I'm drawing a blank on that, but I thought Trout drew that fight to winning by 1 round. Um, he lost. He drew or either lost to Lara. Floyd controlled him. So this Triple G is his first legitimate guy he's fighting at his weight class per se. Let's see. Liam Smith is a 154 guy, right? So he fought Liam Smith. Liam Smith is a 154 guy because he just fought Jaime McGear. So let's give him credit. They fought at 155, and he honestly mowed him down with body shots. So let's give Canelo credit. Um, but I would say a portion of, I don't know, I'm not on BoxRec right now, but I would say a portion of his fights, um, he's fought guys smaller than him. But let's give Canelo credit. He got that dog in him too. Canelo is far from a punk. He's a he got that savage in him, low key. But let me know what you guys think. And obviously, um, we got Sean Porter, the winner of Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, to fight Errol Spence. But if I'm Errol Spence, I go be a megastar. Like I'm just being candidly honest. If I was managing him, you got a chance to do something really really special. And we know if you miss that May deadline, you might not get it in September. I don't know because you'll be fighting. Because if you don't fight Canelo in May, you'll be fighting the winner of Danny Garcia, Sean Porter in June, right? That's somewhere in Texas or in Barclays Center, like realistically speaking. So if he doesn't fight Canelo, he'll be unifying the 147-pound division. And but if you get a chance to destroy I think he destroys Mikey Garcia. That's not even a fight, guys. That's a PR machine. I mean, that's not. You guys know boxing. I mean, that Errol Spence is special, special, special. He's the favorite. Think about this for a second. He's the favorite between 147 and 154. He would be the favorite. I would say maybe not Jared Hurd. Um, I don't know how the sparring went with Jamel Charlo, but Vegas would pay the people who actually saw those sparring sessions and create the odds for that fight. Best believe that. Um, I've never seen them spar. I have friends who saw the sparring, and I won't disclose that information, um, thanks, Lincoln. Errol Spence is the favorite against a lot of one. Let's just say he's a favorite against a lot of 154 guys. He'll be the favorite against everyone at 147. But let's sit back and see how this plays out. This is interesting. Does Errol Spence unify the division, or does he seek superstardom in a short period of time? Win or lose, he's a superstar. If that fight is in Texas, he's a superstar. If that fight is in Vegas, he'll be more of like a win-loss type of situation. But win or lose, if that fight is in Texas, he's a superstar because of the storylines that's going into that fight. I mean, he'll be able to drive to that fight from his home. And I adore Errol Spence, man. I enjoy covering him. Our relationship is genuinely growing, and I'm excited. Man. Errol Spence got the world in the palm of his hand right now, like literally in the palm of his hand, like Floyd Mayweather had it. You know, Errol Spence is a little bit more even killed than Floyd in terms of boastfulness. Yeah, he got it good, man. So we'll sit back and see how this plays out, man. I have no idea where Errol Spence goes. I'm not in on his decision making at all. He's his own promoter. He's his own man. But I wonder. He said he was going to Costa Rica. I don't know if he's in Costa Rica right now or where he's at. But man, in his silent moments, he's like, man, I'm really the man right now. I can go down. I can have a great Mexican fighter come up, and I can meet a great Mexican fighter at his division. And if he wins both of them, it's Errol Spence world in terms of boxing. Not unless Deontay Wilder gets the Anthony Joshua fight soon. But Anthony Joshua done screwed up now because he doesn't have as much leverage anymore because he won't have an opponent April 22nd. He can rematch Dylan White. He can fight Big Baby Davis, but it means little to nothing over here in America. I mean, literally, because they're building the zone over here in America, that means nothing over here. So, but let me know what you guys think. Feel free to put it in the comment section. But Errol Spence got the key to the city, man. Jerry Jones is supporting him side by side. I'm going to separate. You know, I've been doing a great job at separating my feelings and or emotions towards Jerry Jones as it relates to this boxing game because it's different. It's not different per se, but if I'm interviewing Errol Spence about Jerry Jones, I'm not going to get what I want. You know what I mean? Because it is what it is, and we already know how Errol Spence feels. I'm making a parallel. I'm not speaking for him because of what he said on the DS with Deontay Wilder about taking a knee, and speaking up against people in black people in America. So even if I ask Errol Spence about Jerry Jones, which I think about every time I see him, but it means nothing. Jerry Jones will be an asset to propel an Errol Spence into superstardom, and that's what it's going to be. So I have no information, but that's what I'm gathering from that. So we'll sit back and see how this plays out. I know we want him to unify the division, but if he can't get the Canelo fight, he unifies against the winner of Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Let me know how he should play it. Should he go straight to? I mean, this is a legitimate question. Does he go for superstardom, right? Or does he unify the division? Blood would say unify the division, right? Versus me, I would say go for superstardom. Like get all the money. I'm a huge advocate of fighters getting all their money. I'm a huge advocate of athletes getting all their money because we saw what happened to Isaiah Thomas this summer. What is he making? $2 million? Is he making $1 million or $2 million? I'm a huge advocate of athletes getting their money. We saw what happened with Kawhi Leonard, right? I don't know who's right, who's wrong, but at the end of the day, it was a lot of damage done to these athletes. We saw what happened with DeMar DeRozan about the GM telling him he's going to stay, and they end up trading him. So who does your loyalty reside in? Does your loyalty reside in respect for the rituals of boxing, or does your loyalty lie within your last name and making you a superstar? You know what I mean? So I failed to have this conversation with DeMar. You know, me and DeMar go way back. DeMar DeRozan, that is, and I just didn't get him. I see him at the Summer League. I mean, at the Drew League every year. We talk here and there. I used to be his mentor years and years ago. You know, for 2 years, like for real, man. And I wanted to have this conversation with DeMar about his relationship with San Antonio, but I can never. Honestly, we move so fast in the Drew. I'm shaking 20 people's hands. DeMar is shaking 2,000 hands. You know what I mean? So go figure. But I genuinely wanted to have that conversation with him. I should have interviewed him. I had 1 or 2 opportunities when we was getting that shaved ice outside and he was beside me, and we were talking, small talking, you know, talking about his family. He got kids, and his father is I don't know if you guys know, his father is my neighbor. So we live in the basically same neighborhood per se. So I see his dad as Simply Wholesome once a month, once every other month, and we talk. And you know, so I've known his dad for years. His dad, we've always had a mutual respect for one another. But I'm just interested, looking at Isaiah Thomas' situation and looking at DeMar DeRozan's situation. What would you do with Errol Spence? Because as an athlete, you have an hourglass for real. There's sand leaving every day. Every time you step in for combat and or compete, there's sand. At what rate, at what speed you're losing it, we don't know. But ask the question, based off what happened to these basketball players. Do you have team loyalty and respect for boxing, or do you and your family say, you know what, we're going to be superstars? And I'm trying, and I know you guys in the comment section going to say I'm protecting Sean Porter, but I'm trying to be pragmatic about the situation. Like, what do you do if you're Errol Spence? I'm trying to, for the sake of this, we're just talking about Errol Spence. What do you do? Do you unify 147, or do you go be a superstar? Inquiring minds want to know. What would you do? If I'm Errol Spence, I go be a superstar. You guys know I'm 100% an advocate of fighters getting their money. That's independent of, quote unquote, as you guys say, I'm protecting Sean Porter. I'm independent of that, but I think that's a serious decision Al Heyman, Team Spence is going to have to make, really. But first, Canelo has to beat Triple G, and that's going to be one tough fight. That's going to be one tough fight because Canelo won't be on that juice. And we'll sit back and see. But anyways, man, great conversation. We'll be doing 3 and 4 or 5 of these videos probably between now and the top of the year, once the Mikey Garcia fight is signed, sealed, and delivered. And we'll see, will he get that Cinco de Mayo date? I love it. I want to go down to Dallas. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.